airplane, the captain sits on the left and the co-pilot on the right, and in helicopters it's reversed.
Why?
One too many questions,
Yeah.
Nick. Don't embarrass me. So since I'm a late night person, not a morning person, I normally start my day at around 10:30. You know, the businesses that I have today are all in private aviation. There's 7 different companies. Each one of them has their own CEO. They're in different parts of the country. And so, for instance, today my schedule will be to go to New York for a meeting with a brand partner. And usually my role in these 7 companies really comes in 2 areas. One is to give them a vision of where we want to go. And the second thing I do is I get involved in all capital deployment. It's easy to do capital by spreadsheet. It's very hard to convey vision unless you're face to face. So luckily, my whole life, I've always loved to travel. I've always had my office at an airport. And so I love to get out into the field. There's so much I learn from the people that work for you. And to be a good leader, I think you have to generally be a good listener and you have to be a good student. When I see a leader who manages from an authoritarian view, I never find that builds an esprit de corps. In fact, my father used to say that people that raise their voices are vulgar. Those people are showing a weakness in themselves. So I don't really ever motivate people from the standpoint of intimidation. But what I do try to be is provocative. And if we tend to be underperforming, then I tend to be more provocative. This airplane does have Wi-Fi, it has internet, and we're very reachable. I try not to do that. I try not to be accessible here. Try to use this as a safe zone. Because there are CEOs that are dealing with day-to-day tactical problems, my mission is more strategic. And if you were to look at what's on my phone today, questions that CEOs have asked in, they're not questions that I say yes, no, 3 o'clock, 4,000. They're not quantitative, they're qualitative questions. And so having an environment like this gives me the time to be strategic in how I think about giving them good advice and good mentorship. I think there are 2 essential skills that pilots have that work so well in business. Number 1 is foreseeability. The plane might be over Cleveland, but they're thinking about what's the landing going to be in Teterboro? What direction is it going to go? What's the weather? And the second one is being able to collect and think well when something not expected happens. We're paying the pilot for the unusual, not the usual, and I think that translates very well. So we made it to New York, so ends my commute to work. It's been a pleasure being with you today. Christine, do you need any real signatures as opposed to fake ones?